Yo, what's going on? So this video is going to be a little bit different than videos that I've done in the past. I was thinking we could play a little game because I've said in the past that typically it doesn't take very long to make the best beats, but I kind of have to walk that back a little bit because what I mean is the creative process of when you make a beat typically doesn't take that long, but I think only about 20 to 25% of a song is actually the creative process, and the rest is just more of the boring stuff, the effects, the mixes, etc. So I was thinking we could put the time to the test and see if I have 10 minutes to make some sort of beat. I have nothing loaded up on the MPC. I just have the MPC and the monologue out here, which I don't even have turned on yet. And I was thinking I'll give myself 10 minutes and see what I can come up with. I'm not going to cut the video at all. It's going to be a complete run through of the 10 minutes. So I'll be recording, chopping up the things that I record, finding drums, absolutely everything from scratch, and we'll see if I can actually do that in 10 minutes, create a full beat. So first thing I'm going to do is just turn on the synthesizer. What I'll probably do process-wise is I'll start off by recording some drums, finding and recording drums, and then I'll move on to a melody line. Typically I would probably do the synth first, but because we're going to be under a time crunch, I'm just going to do the drums first to give myself something to build off of. The reason I'm using the microKORG is there's a lot of sounds on here and a lot of presets. I don't want to spend too much time doing sound design because I'm just not going to have the time to do that. So I pulled out the microKORG because it already has the preset sounds, but I can still change the filter, attack, release, etc. Hopefully I won't even need to do that, but if I do, I'll have those capabilities. So without further ado, let's get this started. I have a timer set up over here so I can time myself, but I'll put a timer somewhere in the four corners so you know how far in we've gotten. Okay, so the pressure's on. Let's just get into it. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So first thing I want to do is just find a couple drum sounds. I'm just going to use the Cookin' Soul Boom Bap sample, or the Low Bap bundle, because there's a lot of really good samples on there. Let's find some kicks. Shout out to Cookin' Soul, he's sick. Huge fan of his channel. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. There's some good kicks. Let's see what we can find in terms of snares. I want something super snappy. That sounds good. That sounds decent. Come on, give me a really snappy one. There we go, that's good. Now let's find some hi-hats. Sure, sure, and sure. Really not too concerned about the hi-hats, they all sound pretty similar. So I'll set the BPM, usually I do like mid 80s, let's just go like 79 since I'm going to be using the synth, it'll be a bit slower. Now I want to go full level. I'll start just by recording the snare on every quarter note, or every half note rather, and then I can add the kick in. I'll leave it quantized for now. Now let's add in some kick drum. I'm going to turn off the time correction. Like that, cool. And now I'll add in some hi-hat. I'll do 16 levels. I still don't have quantization on. Let's do it. That's coming a little loud. I'm just going to turn that down a little. Let's do -4, 3, sounds good, perfect. And now I can move on to the microKORG. Let's see what sounds we got. I'm just gonna play around with the drum break so far. Yeah, it's gonna be a good bass. I'm gonna remember that that is at hip hop and program 1. That's actually a good bass too. I wanna find something I can do some chords on. Okay, that sounds sick. Usually I'll just do like minor 7th chords or just 7th chords in the key of C because they're just really easy chords to use. And since I don't have much time, I'm not going to mess around too much. So let's see what we can come up with. Alright, that sounds decent. Let's record it. Let's see what I got. I got 6 minutes left. So I'll go into the sampler, play this, and then I'm just going to start recording. Stop it, stop this. I'm gonna edit that sample. I'll take out the beginning trail that we had. That sounds good. And I shouldn't have to take out the end because once it starts again, it's just gonna cut that automatically. So I'll discard that. I'll normalize the whole thing so that we make sure that it's a good volume. And then I can fix that after. So now that's just called new sample. I'll leave it at that. I'll make a new track and a new program. And then I can just put that sample onto the new program. So let's do that. And now I'll just add that on top of the drum break that we already recorded. Let's do it. And that's definitely a bit loud. I'm going to turn that down. Four minutes, 40 seconds left. Okay, that sounds decent. Let's move on. I'm going to now try to make a drum, or rather a bass line. So I liked that one sound that we started with, or even this one here. I think that sounds good. So let's mess around with the bass line, see if we can come up with something to add on top of this. Let's do it. Alright, that sounds pretty good. Let's record something like that. I'm just going to kind of make it up a little bit as I go because we have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. So I'll arm this. Let's play that. And it's cool because you can, as it's playing, you can press record on any external gear and it will just record while you have something to play along to. So let's do it. I think that's going to sound pretty good. So I'll edit that, do the same thing I did before, take out that tail off with no sound. I'll just have to zoom in a bit here and find it. That sounds pretty good. Process, I'm going to discard that, and then I'll normalize the whole thing just so I can turn it down because I can turn it up but I don't want it to distort. So just turning it down is going to make that a bit easier. And then that's called sample 1. So I'll create a new track and a new program and assign that to pad 1, and now I'll record that on top of the beat so far. Okay, sick, that sounds pretty good. I'm going to put a low pass filter on that bass line just because it's got a lot of high end and I want it to be a bit more beefed up. So I'm going to go to channel mixer, track or program 3, filter, low pass filter, turn down the frequency. And I'll turn up the resonance a bit. Yeah, way better. Sick. Now we got minute 55 left. So I'll see if I can find some more sort of melody lines that I can use with this. Let's see if we can find some good sounds. Yeah, that sounds sick. So I'm just going to record a melody line like that, see how many bars it is, and then I can just make another sequence and add that on top so we have a bit more of a track. So I'll go back to the recorder, sampler, record. Okay, that sounded sick. Stop that. That's sample 3. I'm going to edit that, and same thing as before, cut out that tail bit. But I realized I didn't start on the first beat with this, so when I add it into the track, I won't be able to add it to the first beat either. And we have 24 seconds left, so process, discard, normalize, come on. Track 4. This is going to be program 4, assign samples. There we go, record it. I'm going to turn that down a bit. What are we at? 0. Okay, negative 5 seconds. Dismiss. So there you have it. Alright, so there you have it. I was able to get all of the elements into this beat. I didn't sequence it at all. Right now it's just one full beat. So what I would typically now do is, because I have all the elements in one spot, you can make multiple sequences out of these elements. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that just to show you how that would work. Did I beat the challenge? I don't know. It's hard to say. If I didn't add in the melody line, I would have said the beat was kind of decent anyways, but we'll keep it going a little bit just to add the sequencing. I'm not going to add any more instruments or mix it any further, but if I duplicate the first sequence, copy sequence to sequence 2, then all I would do is take out track 4, just like this, cut. And then now anytime you go back to sequence 1, it's going to add in that melody line, so it doesn't just keep repeating, because that would get boring pretty quick. We have the one sequence and then the one with the melody line on top of it. Okay, so there you have it. I hope you really enjoyed the beat. I think it turned out decent considering we literally made it in 10 minutes. I swear there was no cuts. I literally just was trying to work as I was going. Hopefully I still talked enough, but if you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you want to see in a future video, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Really love you guys. Thank you.